Hello, post-University Eagles. My name is Denny, and I'll be joined by Bearlight tonight for the NECC Rocket League Nationals Division 6 semifinals. It's your post-University Eagles versus Carroll University Pioneers tonight. How you doing, Bear?
I'm doing fantastic. Excited to get things going here in the semifinals. Here, being in Nationals of NECC is always awesome, and obviously part of the post-University crew. Let's go Eagles!
Yes, sir. Let's go Eagles, trying to make it back to the finals for the second time in 3 years. We did win the whole thing back in 2024 with Nazmythh, Gotti, and Karamik. Now we've got one familiar face here with Nazmythh coming back, but it's going to be BigSpence and Kloa joining him on the pitch tonight. Thank you, Dubious. Let me pump you up a little bit, Bear.
Beautiful.
All right, so we're going to take a look at the bracket real quick. You want to walk us through the bracket here?
Yeah, let's take a peek here. Absolutely. So as we saw, post-University with a 4-1 victory to kick things off against USM Gold. So that was a very strong start to your bracket, especially in Nationals. You know, as you can tell, a lot of these score lines were pretty close to some degree. There were a couple of sweeps here and there, but that was post-University's run into the next round, where they did end up winning against the University of Alaska Anchorage 4-1, although it was not streamed. That allows us to get pushed to where we were today. Now, Carroll University, even though they're 11th seed coming in, a 4-0 against Lander University JV, and then you talk about the win 4-3 over the number 3 seed to get here in the first place. So that's the two routes to get to this match in particular. And so Post University, they're not going to be sleeping on this team just because they're the 11th seed.
Yeah, it should be a really good match tonight, as I believe we're getting started soon. Okay, yeah, we should be good to go. Looks like the teams are joining. There was a little bit of a question to see if there were enough slots in the lobby, but I think we are good to go. Yep. All right, here we go. We are getting started. Game 1, Post University versus Carroll University, as Kloa already starting out with a goal right away for Post.
That's how quickly it can happen, especially with Post University and the way that they handle these kickoffs. You saw the cheat up in Kloa with that quick reaction time too. Told to win it to the left side, and then Kloa just takes it from there. Not only just 3 seconds in, that's all it took to get the first goal on the board. Yeah,
I love that start for Post here, as we see Nazmythh on the second kickoff. But it is going to be BigSpence, Nazmythh, and Kloa for the Eagles. Linden, Uni, and Illusion for Carroll. Now, Carroll coming off, like you said, Bear, a huge upset win over the third-seeded Bismarck in the last round of the tournament. So they're looking to continue that momentum here, but a little bit of a rocky start, as ball now in Kloa's possession.
They're finally finding a little bit of traction here, our Carroll, as they'll take the next couple of shots, but that was well off the mark, as Nazmythh will settle into it as well. Finds Kloa here, and you see that passing already starting to develop here from Post. A demo there front, but the shot just a little bit wide.
I don't mind BigSpence going for the near post shot there. It looked like he could have had an angle, just slightly too tight of an angle, and wasn't able to squeak it in. But Post, like you said, Bear, putting on so much pressure early here. Oh, but BigSpence with a shot, forcing Linden to come in for the last second save. Now Kloa on the right side, gonna bang this one all the way down the pitch. Try to catch up to it, but Illusion is there. BigSpence cuts in front though. Slow roller, gets the double, but it's not on target.
Nazmythh was right there to help and support as well. If you're going to be there, you got to be able to communicate that for Post University. They had some good looks, and we'll see if they can finish these next ones. But so far, so good. They're getting a lot of the majority of the looks, and the early goal is speaking wonders here for Post, at least early.
Yeah, Nazmythh also back home, back on low ping with the pass out to BigSpence. Shot is right at Linden, and he'll be able to make that save, but that was a good play for Post. But like I said, Nazmyth back home, back on low ping environment. He was traveling for the last 2 rounds of this tournament and was playing on a little bit higher ping than he's used to, so good to see him back at full strength.
It's almost like when you're on deck when you're playing baseball. You got the little weight, the donut, if you will, and then you take it off, and then suddenly you can swing harder. Like Nazmyth's looking a lot sharper. Like his passes are landing, his shots are harder. All of that's working in his favor right now. Yeah,
he's looking super confident. And Post, just even though it's only 1-0, is looking in complete control of this game so far, and has gotten a lot more shots on net. As we see Nazmyth coming in, getting physical, getting the bumps in. This is open for BigSpence, and he's gonna push it in.
Well-played passing coming in handy, and that bump as well. Uni pushed in there, did not want to be up close with a teammate, but that's something that you really can't control. So for Post University, they love to control that moment, push 2 into the corner, and find some open space and make it 2-0.
BigSpence always where he needs to be in rotation, and you see it again right there. But Illusion here coming off with a good setup, gets the flip reset, but won't be able to do too much with it. And now Naz, light touch to the side. Uni's out of boost, though, and ends up passing it down to BigSpence, who tries to take it around. Ooh, and does take it around Uni. And in the ground pitch, pass, but it hits the ramp, and that's going to make it tough for Naz to take a shot. Linden also takes it away. Linden trying to get that flip reset to push it just that little bit of extra distance into the goal, but wasn't able to do it. Now Kloa looking for Naz in the midfield, but not quite going to find him. Naz shot blocked. But again, these Eagles putting on a lot of pressure to this Carroll squad.
Those passes are in perfect position, too, like right behind defenders, for example. That was Kloa with the one to basically link up with Nazmythh here, too. And when they get this 1-2 punching going, not only from the defensive side, but also in midfield, that's when you see Post come alive. And that's what we've seen in Game 1.
Yeah, great job by Naz to catch up to that ball as well and just keep the pressure on still from Post. They're really forcing Carroll to stay in their own side of the pitch, and they're not able to expand out to the midfield and get access to these other boost pads as Kloa puts another shot on net, forced to be saved by Uni. Once again, keeping this one within striking distance for Carroll, but time starting to tick down, and it's really in favor of Post.
And they continue to just lay it on, too. This is the way to play with the lead. They almost got one there, too, on the far side post, and one more goal would feel really good, especially the way they've been able to dominate this game.
BigSpence with a nice double tap pass up to Kloa, but Uni gets in front and blocks that one. Illusion gets it past Nazmythh as well, and now BigSpence a little bit in a tough spot in a 2v1 with low boost. He's just going to jump out in front of it and get the block. Nice job defensively by BigSpence there as Linden with a catch and the flick over one. Naz jumped early and had to get the block onto Illusion's shot there, and he did so and keeps this one a 2-goal affair.
Just more time off the clock as well. And that's what you do when you play a little bit of keep away here in the meantime. And now you see Carroll making some, questionable choices to some degree, trying to go backwards or go across their own net. And that's just a symptom of just trying to find solutions that haven't been there. Post University done a great job in this game when they shut doors basically everywhere on this pitch against Carroll.
Shot by Kloa. Double commit from Carroll on the defensive side. And now Naz going to try to slow things down, but he hits it right into Uni. Illusion coming in as well. 10 seconds to go, and Post, all they have to do is stall for time. Carroll's got to score, like, right now to have a shot at this one, Bear, and it doesn't look like they'll be able to. Uni might put a shot on here, but it's saved against the post by BigSpence at the last second, denying even the 1 goal for Carroll, as Post will go up 1-0 in the series. Oof.
Very fitting. Very fitting, man. It's your offense was so strong that they didn't get any chances. And the best defense is being proactive like that. And that's what Post was able to manage. I mean, Carroll, they couldn't find passes at all. They tried. They certainly tried, but Post University was onto them before that even developed. They only had to make 2 saves because there's only 2 shots from Carroll versus the 8 shots that we saw from Post. So it was very one-sided in that affair, and plus you had everybody getting involved too. Nazmythh didn't have any stats, no, but you saw both goals from Post University were assisted there too. So they're really finding each other extremely well, and everybody has an opportunity to score, which makes it dangerous. It keeps you guessing as a defense, like Carroll ended up doing here. I think Carroll University should certainly take a breather here. I thought they created a lot of opportunity. But Illusion, as like one of the players that has, decent mechanics here, got pretty much silenced there. So find a way to get everybody involved for Carroll to try to get back. But Post University basically controlled the pace from start to finish.
All right, I believe we'll be getting started. Yep, we're getting started with Game 2 right now. Unfortunately, we had to have Chixxa leave the lobby there. Had a little too many people in the lobby, but it is 1-0 Post as we continue here.
And into Game 2 we go. Early start was the key to that game because it felt like at that point in time they were able to control it, and now you see Carroll having the first opportunity, but a big save from Nazmythh.
Yeah, that was a really good-looking opportunity for Carroll. Nazmythh had to make the save on that top crossbar there. As we start off Game 2, this could be interesting. Linden was going for a redirect shot there, almost connected. But good anticipation by Nazmyth on the defensive end. Stops that one for now. Kloa takes it off the top of the car. but is not able to find the back of the net. Pass out mid. Oh, but it's blocked by Linden as BigSpence connects. Ceiling shot from Linden. Doesn't get a lot on that one. And now Naz going to collect in midfield. A nice first touch. Gets a second one, but it's straight down to Uni. Does get demoed by BigSpence, but now it's up to Linden. He's got full boost and some space. Gets the flip reset. Uses it, but doesn't connect with the ball. That was another really good look for Carroll. And now Nazmythh wide open. Will slot that in bottom right.
Unfortunate for Carroll because they actually didn't connect with the ball, but they connected with their teammate instead. So it not only did they not have the opportunity to score, they actually knocked each other out of the way. Left it open for Naz on the back end. He was able to find an open one easily at Post University with the first one on the board yet again here in game 2.
Here's Naz on the side. Gets bumped off of that one a little bit, and Illusion able to make the big clear. And now Kloa on the right side. Good touch. She's low on boost, though. And now BigSpence going to come in. A little bit of over-commitment, possibly, for the Eagles. BigSpence a little slow to rotate back, but he is bumping Illusion on his way out. So Carroll's offense going to be a little bit slow as well, and Post able to fully recover now. Naz gets another touch over on the left-hand side to BigSpence. Pokes it out mid. Linden's there, but that's not a great touch. And BigSpence going to pounce on that with the demo. And now Kloa maybe gets the double. Almost had it there, but couldn't quite connect.
Just forcing Carroll into situations they don't want to be in, but that's a great passing play from them. BigSpence had to stay tall. Another one coming at you, and he's ready for that one too, as BigSpence able to fight that one off. Spence
been so good on the defensive end for these Eagles so far early in this series. You saw the goal line save earlier, even though it didn't really matter because it was already 2-0 with 0 seconds, but you know, good for the... Oh, but Nazmythh got an angle for a double. Yes, sir! That's a bouncer, and it's good. 2-0 post.
BigSpence saw him, too. He knew that Nazmythh was in that moment. And look at the control in the air to be able to get back to that one. But not only that, but position your car where it's the only place that it can really go, which is the far side. Bouncer will work. 2-0.
Kloa beating to the kickoff here. BigSpence off the sidewall. Good 50 from Linden, though, and that could open the door here for these Pioneers to get something going offensively, who now are a game and a half into this series with 0 goals to their name.
I mean, they were so close at the very end of that game number 1, and this might be it, actually, as you know, was taking a large shot from that ceiling then.
Yeah, I'm not sure quite what happened to Kloa here. It looked like, he backflipped there and wasn't able to get up in time, and then just kind of had to try to react to Uni's shot, but wasn't able to, as that was a nicely angled shot from Uni, putting it top shelf, making sure that Kloa wouldn't be able to get up in time to make that save. So a rare misplay mechanically there from Kloa. I'm sure he'll want that back, but we continue, and Post still up 1.
Exactly, and he was kind of stuck in between. Should I go squishy save after he backflips, or should I just go directly back up? I think he made the right choice, although it seemed like either way he would have been kind of tough moment there, but still 2-1. And the first one, more importantly, for Carroll University, they needed that one for sure.
Oh, double commit here. That's going to leave it wide open for BigSpence as Carroll put in a really bad spot by Nazmyth's transition upfield to Kloa here. And then Illusion and Linden both go for this ball at the same time and end up bumping each other. And then BigSpence, that's a wide open net. And the Eagles with the go-ahead goal up 3-1.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the key here for Post, just to continue just taking shots. If Carroll cannot prove that they can clean it up defensively, if they're going to trip over one another, then more shots the better, because then you get in that spot. Although that being said, Landon able to get one directly back. Yeah,
these Pioneers come roaring right back. Kloa gets challenged in midair by Illusion. Really nice 50 from Illusion, and Linden there to take advantage off of that midair 50. And yeah, Carroll keeping this one within range. One more to tie it up for them.
These Pioneers are finally come to life, and that's what it takes sometimes. It's just one goal. You see it go in, you start to get into a pattern, and things start to happen and develop. But they have been guilty of giving one and quickly back up to them, so we'll see if they can kind of settle that down.
Yeah, BigSpence cuts in front of this one, but that's going to leave it open for Linden. He's got space, but Naz cuts in front. Good boost management as well. Going to keep his supersonic speed all the way to the opponent's boost. Kloa can't quite get that touch, though, and that could open the door for Uni. BigSpence up for this one. Slams it off his own ceiling. Luckily, no for Post. No one there for a shot. And Naz able to collect. Uni's up for this one. Illusion on the redirect. BigSpence reads it, though, and slams it off the backboard. 2 up here for post. BigSpence, nice pre-flip off the sidewall. Linden sends it out, and a good demo by Illusion onto Kloa will stop Post's offensive push there.
You can tell they have some confidence. Like, Carroll is pre-jumping to some degree, but Post University is matching that same energy. I love that from the Eagles.
The Uni versus Nazmythh 50, where they're both 0 boost, just kind of walking at the ball. Oh, but BigSpence shot slightly off the mark. Follow-up from Kloa, saved by Uni. Now Naz gets challenged. Kloa turns around, wise decision. Just gonna stall for more time here off the sidewall. BigSpence can't connect, though. And now Uni over to mid. Naz is there. Flip reset. Over another. Demo down in front. Kloa can't find the back of the net. That was such a beauty of a play, Bear, but Post just couldn't finish. Nice bump by Naz onto the fender of Uni. Carroll has to score right now. BigSpence just got to kill it. But it hits the corner. This could be something for Carroll. Linden keeps it up. But Naz will send it straight down and Post up 2-0.
Your Post made us a little bit nervous there. They were making good plays, but Carroll really did come to life, not only offensively, obviously, as they had been shut out in game number 1, but coming into game number 2, it's like, how can they keep themselves relevant? And that's by making a ton of saves. Like, the shot count was basically the same ratio. You know, it was 11-3 this time around, but Carroll was able to really dig themselves out from a defensive standpoint, and they had some answers. They had some really good looks and were able to find Post University on a couple of occasions where they were able to kind of surgically get past the defense to be able to find a couple of goals. And so for them, that's a big step forward, especially as the 11 seed coming in. Post University knew that there were going to be some close games. And so, but they're still at that 2-0 mark. So they're still feeling really good moving forward into the series. But Carroll has shown us exactly why they've gotten to nationals and why they don't plan on stopping here if they can help it. But they'll need to get past the hot Post University. I mean, there's a couple from Post University that we felt like really should have gone, but the Eagles were able to weren't quite able to finish on. So really both sides have a lot of momentum. It's just a matter of who's going to be able to close out. Post has gotten the better of the two this time around.
All right, here we go. Game 3 getting started right now. Post up 2-0 in the series. Will we go to match point, or will Carroll start to cut into the Post University lead? Game 3 starts right now. Linden gets bumped off of this initial possession off the kickoff, but Post in a little bit of a tough spot here. BigSpence gonna have to slam it all the way over, but Uni cuts in front. Blocked by Uni once again. Kloa in front with no boost somehow gets it out of the box. And Post scrambling here at the start of game 3. Now here's Linden trying to pass it, but a little bit off the mark. Naz gets an extra touch off the backboard, gets bumped off the double. Kloa's there though. Shot is wide. Both teams with a pretty good early look here, Bear, but no goals yet.
You see, Uni's got other ideas as they find a great pass and land in backside post. Will do it. A 1-0 lead for Carroll.
And Carroll with their first lead of the series. Great pass by Uni down to Linden, and then he catches it with the fender and slows it down, gets it around Nazmythh. Kloa was waiting for the high play on the back wall and didn't have time to get all the way back to the ground. Really nice work by the Pioneers to jump in front here at game 3, and that could be the momentum shifter that they were looking for, Bear.
Woo. And you got to remember, Post University, when it comes to game 3s, for whatever reason this season, has been a struggle for them. It's been a point of emphasis that they start to come alive. We'll see if they can get it done. Here's Nazmythth on that goal line, but just couldn't quite find the goal.
That was a really tough read. That ball was coming straight down onto the ramp there, and really awkward bounce. Very surprised that he even almost got contact there, as we see Illusion needing to dive in front of the net to get that one out of the box. And now trying to go for an air dribble out of his own box. BigSpence going to cut in front of that one. Close help. BigSpence with a double maybe. Nope. Good backboard defense there from Uni as Naz jumps over the demo attempt. Gets the Doomsy on the side, but it's almost on there, but not quite. And now BigSpence going to keep the pressure on. Illusion bumps him off. Kloa trying to catch, but didn't see Illusion there, and he cuts in front easily. But now Naz upfield. Kloa waiting, but a nice pinch clear by Linden. Sends it back to Uni. Illusion waiting upfield, lurking. Looking for that redirect. May get punished for this, though, as BigSpence puts on target, and Uni cannot save! Pioneers getting a little too pushed up there, Bear.
That's right, landed all he saw out of the peripherals was illusion and just took that risk. So maybe a little bit of a breakdown of communication there. You want to be able to make plays instinctual. Like, that's how Rocket League works, is you have to be able to kind of anticipate to some degree. But that one, really, BigSpence staying in that play was the reason they were able to get that goal equalized here with 3 minutes remaining.
Oh, this is dangerous, though. The illusion with the demo on Naz. He was the last back. And a great presence of mind by BigSpence, though, to stay where he needed to be and get that block. As that was really risky for Post, as Carroll was looking to take that lead right back. Naz now with 0 boost, slams it off the ceiling, down to Kloa. It's over to BigSpence, but Linden cuts in front. This is a little weird here. Linden kind of waiting in front of the ball. Now Kloa gets it past 1. Boost does not spawn, though. An illusion kind of waiting near Post is a little awkward for Carroll, but they are able to recover and get the ball downfield. Now Post needs to recover and get some boost for themselves. Good 50 by Naz in the corner. Linden can't make contact. Naz flicks it over 1. He's still got control here. Off the sidewall, but that's going to leave it open for Linden to take a shot. BigSpence, another great save on the top crossbar. As Uni puts a shot on net, but it's pretty slow. And the Eagles defense, somehow, some way, Bear, able to recover.
Yeah, even without boost, now you got Kloa. Play perfect flip, dude. Oh, baby. Bar down. Great ground control here from Kloa to make it 2-1.
Oh, you could just tell he was, like, licking his chops there once he got that slow roller right in front of the net, just 1 to beat. That is dream setup. Kloa right there. Bar down flick was gorgeous, Bear, and the Eagles with the go-ahead goal up 2-1.
And let me tell you, man, like, Kloa looked a little bit rough, a little bit lost here at the beginning of this game. It needed a spark, and if there's any kind of spark, it's that moment where you get somebody in a 1v1 and you're able to make that play develop the way that you wanted to, the way that it was kind of playing in your mind. That was a perfect moment for Kloa to come alive.
Yeah, now Carroll need to bounce back here. They do not want to go down 3-0. Having to reverse sweep this 2-seeded post-university team is going to be a very tall order. BigSpence sends it way down. Nice catch by Uni. Ooh, but BigSpence, the block. It's off the ceiling. No one there for Post to take a shot, though. Finally, Naz comes in. Good block by Kloa. Now it's over to Illusion. Gets demoed by Kloa with his last ounce of boost. As we see a ground pinch from Naz. Oh, teammate bumps here from Carroll. Communication could be a little off here. As Uni, midfield. Unfortunately, BigSpence, no boost to work with. And just has to try to muscle it through. But Post perfectly happy to stall for time as Kloa's shot is a bouncer, and it's in, Bear. Left side, and Post up 2.
Fortunately, the Pioneers find themselves in a situation where Kloa has found it. I mean, BigSpence has been playing his heart out. Has been playing really strong positionally. Nazmythh is always playing extremely strong, positionally sound. And then now that you've got Kloa really ticking at it, that's why Post University puts up 3 straight now to make it 3-1.
Naz down to Kloa. Off the corner. Double demo. It's a 2v2 for a second. This one's open for BigSpence, but he can't quite find the angle. These Pioneers need some offense, and they need it now. But the ball just bouncing in midfield. Kloa can't get it past 1. But Illusion trying to go for the same play that Kloa did to him earlier, but Post not going to have it. And they just straight up demo him. They need a goal right here, these Pioneers, and it's not going to happen. Big clear from BigSpence. And that'll be game 3, going to Post.
That means Post University is up 11 wins, 2 losses in Nationals through the first 3 rounds to this point. They are a red-hot team. They are feeling themselves right now. And when I say Nazmythh is positionally sound, that's exactly what allows a player like that to get the playmaker medal in a game that's relatively close, where Carroll had the great start. It was really a test of how can you prove yourself whenever you're down for the first time in a series? Is it different whenever you're trying to chase a game versus having that in full capacity, right? Having that lead and setting the pace yourself. And Post University and the Eagles were able to manage that. 2 goals for Kloa in this game as he started to come to life, and BigSpence has really been playing quite the series. Definitely his best that I've seen personally. Again, I didn't get to see the UAA game But I think this has been one
Nobody
of his best
did.
from nationals. Exactly. So maybe, I don't know if they screen recorded, but that's but very true. And I think, he's certainly been playing extremely well recently. It shows, and now Poster just one away from being able to get the job done.
Yeah, another thing I really like to see is that all 3 players on post with at least 300 points, everyone kind of equally contributing to the team's win there. You'd love to see it. This team feels like they're unstoppable when all 3 members are playing their best, and that is exactly what we're seeing here tonight, Bear, as we jump into Game 4. Will we see the sweep, or will we see Carroll put one on the board? Game 4 starts right now with Kloa in the corner. Great clear by Illusion, though. Now Linden, double tap on the side wall. Down to Naz. Soft touch. Spence, flick over 1. Over 2, in from his office, and BigSpence beats 2 in the 1v2. No big deal, Bear.
Not at all. And Nazmythth with the pass a little bit earlier. Let's see if he gets credited with the assist he did. My goodness, that's his 4th in 2 games, as well as BigSpence put in a heck of an angled shot with a 1-0 lead now for the Eagles.
Well, this one's anybody's ball up in midfield. Spence with a powerful clear over to Kloa. In the corner, can he squeak it by? Illusion is there, forced to make a tough save, but he does so. Naz now trying for the air dribble, gets a second touch, but Uni cuts in front that time. Eagles keep picking up right where they left off from Game 3, but Illusion gets it over BigSpence's head. Kloa now tries to set up himself, but ends up getting demoed. Good demo there by, I believe that was Linden. Now Linden waiting upfield, can't get the redirect. Pass out in front of the post net, but nobody from Carroll is there to take a shot. Oh, not a great touch from Linden, although it could have been a back pass towards Illusion. Naz gets it past 1, can't get the other touch though. Now Kloa up for this one, good 50. But Uni clears it out. Nice block there by Kloa, getting the clear and the block. Now Linden doesn't want to touch this ball, heading the wrong direction and no boost to speak of. And now Naz, pass out mid, but nobody quite there. And now Illusion on the counterattack for the Pioneers. Uni, shot, near post, saved by Naz off the crossbar. And these Eagles defense holding strong, as now Illusion forced to get up for this one. Wow, what a 50 on the sidewall. Naz the second touch, make it a third off the sidewall, bumping Linden. BigSpence pass. But Kloa is back. I thought for sure that we were going to send the house there. There.
It felt like the right time to do it, too. Yeah. But Kloa didn't want to take risks. I guess when you're up 1-0, you make that decision a little bit differently. But when Nazmythth is everywhere, man, it feels like, you're trying to swim upstream if you're Carroll University right now. The Pioneers are having a tough time. They had one that was close, but Post University's all over them right now.
Oh, great fake by Kloa down to BigSpence, but it's blocked by Linden at the last second. And Carroll keeps this one winnable. Uni down into the corner. Good pre-flip, but BigSpence reads it and cuts in front once again. Another 50. Spence. 50 again with Linden. They're both out of boost. Kloa with the fake, but Uni is not buying it. And sends it back down to Naz. Now Naz has to do an air dribble from his own half. Over to BigSpence, but that shot's not very hard. Nice fender pass to Uni by Linden. 50 once again in midfield as we're a little over 2 minutes to play in what could be the last game of the series. Naz can't find that redirect, but everybody whiffing, and BigSpence gonna put that one in! Taking advantage of the mistakes here by Carroll. Sometimes that's all you need. The team, it's not flashy. It's not gonna go on any highlight reels, but it gets the job done, Bear.
Certainly does. BigSpence was ready, and I was just about to talk about, and it's still accurate. I think Carroll University has been very disciplined given the circumstances. Like, they've been making the right choices. They're not giving away possession. And for Post University, they finally found a little bit of life, and when they made the one mistake, that's when the Eagles were able to go up 2-0. And now we're certainly in the driver's seat for the rest of the series, forcing the hand to the Pioneers.
Pass down to Uni, though, and it's off the crossbar. Post can't make the save. And Carroll will not go down without a fight, Bear.
I figured that might be the case. I mean, championship field is the field of choice, so everybody must play until the very end. Carroll University didn't go this far and get all the upsets they did just for it to end here in 4 games, or at least that's within their mind here with the minute 30 remaining.
Yep, Kloa now looking to solidify this win for Post. It's right in front. He can't quite catch up to it. BigSpence doesn't have that angle. And Carroll kind of feel like they escaped one there, Bear.
Yeah, they did. Close call, but Post just remained on the gas pedal here.
Nice doink, though, as Illusion now getting in front of this one. Kloa sending it right back, though. Over to BigSpence. Redirect pass off the corner of the ceiling down to Naz. Nice clear by Illusion. Ooh, that was a little bit of a risky touch by BigSpence. We've seen him own goal touches like that in the past. I got a little worried there. But this time it works out. But we do see a double commit. Lots of Eagles on the backboard here. This is very dangerous. It's off the crossbar. But finally, BigSpence clears it out.
All right, happy to do that too. We'll have a chance at an open shot, but that one's going to be denied. It'll go back to midfield as Nazmythh now will turn it back in, and we'll see if they can't just kill the clock at this point. That's all they need to do.
Less than 30 to go, yeah. But a slim 1-goal lead. Anything can happen. Nice soft touch out mid. BigSpence with a shot, but Uni's ready for it. Doesn't get a great clear, but helped out by Linden. Is Carroll keeping their hopes alive. BigSpence up for this one, though. It's off the backboard. It's wide open for Naz, and that's the dagger! Nobody home on defense, Bear, and Naz puts it in.
And how fitting. All 3 players getting involved there, too. Kloa was the one to put it mid. BigSpence with the pass to draw out the last defender, and you're right. Nailing the coffin. 3-1 lead for Post University, and now they are on their way to victory.
Unless Carroll can get a goal right here. Nope, turned away by Naz. And that's going to do it. Post University completing the 4-0 sweep and will be heading to the NECC Division 6 National Championship Finals. Congratulations to the team. Woo, we did it, Bear. We're back, baby. We're back in the finals. The kids, the Stu's gonna be playing for that ring, the second ring for Naz if he wins next week. But, whew, man, the 4-0 sweep. I mean, what can you say, Bear? That was dominant.
Unbelievable. Yeah, to get into the semifinals, and I don't care if it's 11 seed or not, like they legitimately just passed by the 3 seed. Like Bismarck State College is really strong team.
Yeah.
So Carroll University typically extremely polished, and they looked pretty strong here, but everybody was clicking. I'm telling you, when all 3 are on, that's how you have runs like this. I don't think it's very I don't think it's coincidence. I think Nazmythh just has it in him, right? I think, you know, he
just got that dog in him, man. He's just so cool under pressure, so amazing.
The ball stuck to his car, like, basically the entire series. His positioning was on point. Like, everything about this man was... And when you have Kloa and BigSpence on their game as strongly as they were too, it's just incredible to watch, yeah.
All right. We have got Chixxa, our Rocket League coach. Would you like to come in for an interview here with us? Here, I'll just let you sit down, Bear. You can ask the questions since I just have the one headset here. So you can just go ahead and take my seat. So, here, Chixxa, Rocket League coach, coming in for the interview. Here you go.
Chixxa!
Wait, I just put on the headset, Bearlight. I couldn't hear you. I could barely hear the Chixxa, like, out loud.
That's why I was yelling the name. Listen, it's awesome to have you back. First of all, it's been a while. Good to have you in here. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Obviously, my team just punched their ticket to grand finals, so I'm pretty psyched. I will say they had some goodies. I brought them some candy, and they were smelling the packages, and they were only opening them if they won. So they were, a little bit of bribery on my part for winning, but no, they played really well today. Super proud of them.
That's how you get the job done. Plus, Denny was mentioning that you had a ring that you were flashing to the boys. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I don't have it on me. I have some pictures, but Denny and the program gifted us with NECC national rings the last time we won nationals. So there's a couple of reminders in Discord chat today, you know, of the pictures of the ring and how it looks like and whatnot. So they get to, you know, they get one if they win this season. So they're hyped about that.
That's awesome. We get to hear about the incentives that we have outside of the game, but let's talk in-game. What did you see about the 3? Because I felt like, Kloa may have had better series before, but he started clicking towards the end. And I thought BigSpence was incredibly strong. Nazmythh is always getting it done, it felt like. What do you think contributed to all 3 players playing as well as they did?
Yeah, I think their communication was really great in Discord today, especially. They felt very energized. The comms were calm. Most importantly, they didn't have a lot of panic when you listened to them. They always had someone else covering for somebody else. And I think ultimately together, I agree with you. It wasn't Kevin's strongest day today in Kloa, but Spence did a really good job of making his shots count. And even if Kevin wasn't making a lot of his normal mechanical plays, he was communicating the most effectively. He does take his captain role very seriously. So you'll hear the comms with him all the time, and he's making sure that the team stays very grounded.
It's incredible to watch. Those 12-2 are games played in nationals here at this point in time. You'll go up against Arcadia University and NMT Miners. I don't know how much you know about those teams, but what is your expectations walking into finals now that you've gotten there?
Yeah, I think it's just play as we've been playing all season long. I try not to have them overthink it, really look into the other team too much. Ultimately, it's them playing their own play style and being in control of the match. I was super proud of them today. I kept telling them they're in control of the decisions they're making, of time management. When they have that lead, they don't have to push for it. They noticed the other team today was overextending. They could take advantage of that. They got a lot of long clears, and ultimately when they were ahead, they could just kind of shred that clock time. So I think their time management in that game and being in control was so important.
I totally agree with you. And so they're going to be marching into the finals, which is incredible. Any shout outs you want to give? Thank yous. Also, congratulations, by the way. I don't think I've ever got to tell you that.
Thank you. No, honestly, just shout out the team and Denny and the post program. This is my first time in the lab today, but they were a little nervous I was in the lab, but they were ultimately super excited and they played really well today. So huge shout out to the program continuing to, have me be a part of it. It's been wonderful to be here today with them, hang out a little bit, talk with everybody. The support from everyone is just incredible.
That's amazing. I was just about to ask you about your experience, and that got the job done, so appreciate it, Chixxa. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. It's great to catch up.
Thank you, Bearlight. Hopefully see you soon.
Yeah, pleasure. Absolutely.
I'll do the sign off. Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll get Denny back on here as well. Denny putting on the headset as we speak. Denny, great interview. Good vibes going on.
Yeah, it's great vibes right now. Spencer's got his victory Skittles in his mouth right now. He was waiting. But yeah, thank you for hanging out in the chat, everybody. Jordan, my family, Spencer's family, Jody's family, Dubious Winter. Love to see all you guys in the chat. Adam, everybody else. Shout out to everybody, all you guys. You guys are the GOATs. Amazing community here. Thank you again for showing out and supporting the team. If we take one final look at the bracket here, we will be facing the winner of NMT and Arcadia University, who are playing right now. That'll be next Wednesday at 9 p.m. That's May 6th. So make sure to tune in for that one. Support the team in the finals. We're going to have a watch party in the lab. It's going to be a great time. So make sure you tune in for that one if you can't be in the lab here in person. But until then, have a great night, everybody. Bearlight, thank you once again.
Thank you.